I've got some things that I'm gonna paint right now before the guys get here. We've got some spindles, or the 2 spindles, and we've got this center steering column shaft. You know, clear isn't really made to go on bare metal, so we have to throw some adhesion on there so that it can really stick on there and stay on there and you know, be on there for years and years and years to come, protecting the original finish of the metal. Okay, so let's get our paint gun going. You know, Ephraim got me this gun. It works really good. It's a good gun. Obviously, I have my SATA guns right here. And so when we paint the car, this is what we're gonna be using. But for now, for, you know, little things like this, small projects, this gun really works well. And so, pretty happy with it. All right, so this is the adhesion promoter. We're gonna throw some on there. So the flash time is about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. We'll shoot another coat and then we can start shooting our clear 10, 15 minutes after that. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes, so we're gonna shoot the second coat and then get on with the clear. So it's 3 parts clear, 1 part hardener, 1.5 parts thinner. We're gonna use the 3-to-1 scale. So that's gonna be 3 parts clear, and then we're gonna add the reducer all the way up to the second one. That's 1 part reducer, and then we're gonna add the thinner up to the third one, but it's 1.5, so I'm gonna go a little past over that 1. All right, now let's add the thinner. Okay, so now let's mix it. Pour it in there. We are good to go. Okay, so I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but the clear that we're using is a matte finish clear. The reason we're going with a matte finish clear is because we don't want these parts to shine more than what they are supposed to. It's just gonna have that natural sheen, cast iron look. And that's what we're going for. So if you go with semi-gloss or just regular clear, I don't even know if there's semi-gloss clear, but if you just go with regular clear, it's gonna put a really nice shine on it, which is great, but it's not gonna look natural, it's not gonna look original. So we're going with a matte finish clear once again, just so that it can protect it and keep the natural shine, sheen, whatever you wanna call it, look of the part. Because again, we're trying to make it look like the way it did when it rolled off the production line. Getting tired of saying that. We're trying to make it look like the way it did 50 years ago. There you go. So Chong got here. I had told him that he was gonna paint today, but I got here early, decided to just do it myself. He's the one that I go to, we're gonna paint something, but he's cool with it. And everything looks good. I'm happy with how everything came out. No drips. Drips would not look natural on something that's supposed to be just you know, just bare metal. So everything looks good. We're trying to keep that natural look last for a very, very long time. So we use high-end clear coat, and it's PPG, and so this should last for a long, long time. So we're happy with that. It looks great. Another thing that we decided to do was to get these brake calipers up and running. Now, when we first got them, they were in fairly bad shape. So we sandblasted them, we painted them, we got the caliper kit, we installed it. And then we saw a video online showing us how to install the pistons by using compressed air, which made it a whole lot easier than the conventional way.
Hold on. Okay. Calmado, Caesar. You gotta keep an eye on me. This thing can fly out and...
Well, hold on, you gotta press it. You gotta be pressing.
Turn it that way.
You gotta be pressing it with both hands. Así se la caneas.
Calmado, dale. Calmado. Keep doing it, pero así calmadito. Andale. Go. A little more. Hey, stop. Let me check. It almost wrapped it, Caesar. One more time. Dale. A little more. Right there.
There you go. Once we got the piston to sit inside the caliper, we used the piston compression tool, and we sat the piston where it needs to go. Then we took the other caliper and installed the piston using the same technique. There you go. All right, another thing is these brake calipers are very highly sought after. They're a 1 year only. Some 71 model cars had them, but for sure 70 front wheel disc brakes had these Kelsey Hayes 800 1.2. These are very pricey as well to find them. I mean, they're getting harder and harder to find. If you have a pair like that sitting in your garage or something and you're not gonna use them, put them out there, man. Sell them. Let somebody, you know, use them if they're trying to restore a car correctly. And these are the wide mouth. They call these the wide mouth, and it's a single piston. And yeah, these are the correct calipers for a 70 Cuda, Challenger. I think anything with front disc brakes, if I'm not mistaken. I paid a pretty penny for them, but you know, if you want to make the car look correct, that's the price. Okay, so it totally slipped my mind that Sean and Caesar were going to be working on another project, but it does give me time to shoot some cosmoline on the lower control arms of the AAR Cuda. So let me explain to you what that is. So that's cosmoline, that yellow stuff there. I've seen so many pictures of the cosmoline on the lower control arms that, yeah, they usually come around this area right here. I've seen some that bring it down to the middle of this area right here where the strut goes. So there really isn't an exact area where it needs to go. These things were dipped, if I can remember correctly, or, you know, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. The original cosmoline, it was kind of like a waxy type of material that they would put on there. And the reason that they don't use it anymore, it could be because it's just not safe or whatever the case is, but a lot of people don't even try to replicate that because then it just attracts, you know, dirt. And if you're gonna drive your car, it's gonna attract just a bunch of junk on there because it is kind of tacky. We got some cosmoline, or it's not really cosmoline, but it looks like it, from a company that makes it. And so that's what we're gonna shoot on right now. But before we do that, I need to tape up the area, like the one that I just showed you, so that it can only go that far. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So this guy, I got this from Resto Rick. He's got pretty good stuff. I actually got the undercoating. I got it from him, and it's really awesome stuff. So it's a PPG urethane formulation. 1 part paint to 1.5 parts reducer. Cosmoline, let's go. Type paint. Once we take that tape off, you're gonna see the contrast of, you know, just the dipped area or the painted cosmoline area and just the bare metal. Okay, so we're real happy the way the cosmoline color went on. The contrast between that color and the bare metal just makes it pop. So all in all, we're happy with the finish. We're gonna button up this front end, get it ready so that when we're done painting the Cuda, it's still kind of a long way from now, we'll be able to pop that on and it'll be ready to go.